Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero of Sight, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Langara Sky. Between the south, we got here Torano, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 7th Panzer Division versus the north, we got Hector, fighting for the Soviet Union, Stalinism. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Guards Mechanized Corps. We got a dual pioneer stuff for Torano with an MD42 build there. Interesting. Very interesting. Also note the way he sort of initially built some of it, then had another pioneer squad sort of finish it off. That's a bit of a rare sort of strategy there, or tactic utilised by players. But it's certainly interesting. Then meanwhile, Hector going for a more conventional penal trooper special rifle command start. Noting we got mechanized assault elite troops and lightning war for Torano with triple infantry versus Hector's Lend-Lease, Scout Motor and Partisan Tactics with well, a lot of penal troop oriented bullets and single mine bullets as well, therefore cheaper mines for Hector. The Soviet Union believe in thriftiness. Cheaper mines is better mines. For the most part, except it turns out they're a bit more likely to just go off by anything. Just look at Dimitri. He lost his nose because of that. Grenadiers following up there for Torano, he's pushing up the eastern side. Also in that regard, he's not going hard west there. He's also actually going for a more disruptive start. They're using his pioneer sniper to try and push up into what is normally considered the northern players' half of the map there. So Torano is definitely going for a lot less usual Langara Sky opening. And that certainly also makes this match, I think, a lot more interesting than just your usual Langara Sky match. Again, it's sort of when players begin, you know, sort of actively exploring the map. They're sort of not just playing it because that's how everybody else does it, stupid. You know, that things I think get a lot more interesting. There's also a lot more worth commenting on. So double penal troopers here for Hector as he moves ahead there with the Strafniki, the SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles, resplendently firing at the fascists. And there it goes, second support suppressed by the MD42, 1200 rounds per minute, going in their general direction. Going to do some up support here in the west. He is going for the CoH2 political. Again, Torano is going for a disruptive start opening here with the Wehrmacht. I mean, using the pioneers then to form up a sort of battle group there to sort of push ahead there, and then using the other for secure territory. So it's not a fully committed disruptive opening, but it's sort of there. At the same time, the reason to the extent it's working there for Torano is because Hector was doing the same here with his penal troopers, opting to spat some of his more, he calls, better infantry. That way take on Torano. But again, he was not expecting Torano to have pulled this one on him. So both players pulling a fast one. In this case, Torano was just a bit faster and obviously had machine guns. But the sniper there following up for Hector to try and sort of bleed out the fascists, also to try and dislodge enemy machine guns much more easily. Definitely not a bad choice here for Hector in the early game, since he otherwise doesn't have any sort of easy methods here for dealing with unless, of course, he has to sort of leave the rest of the map open to then launch a full assault. But of course, that could even secure him an MG42, so that could be worth it there for Hector. But he's clearly intent on sort of keeping Torano tied down here, at least for the time being. Flamethrowers up here. On the other hand, only a single penal squad. That's actually much easier for Torano to flush out. So, very interesting opening here on Langara Sky. Definitely not what you usually get to see. Definitely not what you get to see again. So, very interesting stuff here. Very interesting. And also, you know, I think there's a lot to be learned here. So, there you go. Flamethrower Pioneers being up. Penals a bit on their own. Grenadiers moving in from the other side. Pioneers suffering a bit, but they got quickly out and then there go another gun social force. Going to get into the house. There we go. We got a full retreat here from Hector on the left side. MD42 repositioning, needs to be careful still. Bedding in there to the MD42 there. Good work by Torano. He might have been actually expecting him to be in the house, but he clearly wasn't. Snipers roaming about there, grabbing the victory point there. Need to retreat the MD42 soon though. It's, I think he's pushing his luck a bit far there. He also needs to secure himself a fuel pump, but then again, he's still getting more resources than his opponent. Right here, though, it does feel like he's making a mistake there. Go MD42 up, though his opponent's infantry is a bit of a bad spot. He should be able to grab it back, but feels a bit extended either way, though. Push back there. So right now, Torano's having a pretty good start there versus Hector. Pretty good start. Again, not your usual start at all for Langara Sky, and certainly not from the Wehrmacht. Again, it's just it tends to be sort of very much divided by the road. You know, southern player states on the south side, northern player states on the north side, or south side, south sword. Damn it, Dane. Gotta use proper English. Not that pig English. Anyway, securing points there. MD42 position here now with the Pioneers manning it. Bigger push here for the fuel point as Torano is working hard to get it. Another player yet really committing to a doctrine. As for Hector, he could, I suppose, be tempted to go for part attacks. For Wehrmacht players sort of scattered across the map here, Partisan's actually pretty good at sort of hitting in the disparate and isolated elements. So Partisan tactics here could be a very good supplementary doctrine. Could also allow him to use more consistently harass points down here. So that could be an idea for Hector. So of course could just go for Guard Motor and then least like most Soviet players do. We'll have to see what Hector does in response to Torano again. Pretty unusual opening though. Torano here needs to be covered with M4, who's really pushing it far there. Still regaining the east there for the motherland. Grenadiers are though close to being wiped out. Triple Grenadiers starting for Pioneers and an MG42 there for Torano and the 7th Panzer Division. Light Mechanized Company going up there, so it's keeping up good pressure tempo. No munitions enough though for a medic bunker right away. Though at least got the main structure yet ready, so all he needs to do is just pop the upgrade when he does have the 60 munitions. And Hector makes the choice. It is Guards Motor. Interesting. You rarely see that one, especially not Son of Fob and Penal Troopers. Usually see Lend-Lease, but Hector's actually going for Guards Motor. Fascinating. With the Guard Squad following up with DP light machine guns. Very interesting choices there. Very interesting choices by Hector. This fight is certainly over there. It's just starting to look a bit differently. And also, quick thanks here to Tony and to Harrison for donating to the Propagandacast, supporting it that way. Big thanks to you. And of course, also big thanks to Lockshare Productions for pledging on Patreon as well. Big thanks to you. And of course, big thanks to everybody else, of course, for at the time pledged on Patreon support. You all allows me to keep doing this day after day. So big thanks to them. And if you also wish to support the Propagandacast, you can do so in the description, either Patreon or PayPal. There are links there. Anyway, so enough about that. Engineers being pushed back on Pioneers, Grenadiers moving up here with Pioneer support as well. So I'm getting up for a big flank. So again, very good to see that Torano so far at least is not falling into that center trap again. It's practically just a black hole that sucks up infantry. It's like the Stalingrad of longer scale. Hell, on most maps, what the center tends to be like the Stalingrad point. I might as well just call it that. It's just the Stalingrad point. Just the point where people just, for some inexplicable reason, just end up sucking in a lot of the resources. They just get swarmed up from the other side if someone just dies out. So, yeah. Stalingrad point. That's now the official terminology for that. That is the Stalingrad point. But notice here, they need to be careful for their snipers only having a bit of an impact there. Guards been there so far with little engagement. There you go, Grenadiers. Pioneers caught out in the open here. Good grenade hit. He's allowing the Grenadiers a lot of free shots. He wants to get the MG42 obviously, but not without a drift either. So Grenadiers collect a lot of free damage in there. And he's not really getting anything done there either. Grenadiers are out in the obvious with Guardsmen. But there you go, they took a lot of damage already. Now the Guardsmen are weak. You can see what he wanted to do. They wanted to get suppressed by the info, but of course now he's just repositioned, and so ultimately it just ends up being for naught. He could probably do more damage to the Grenadiers had he just stayed in heavy cover, maybe popped a grenade. You know, they have grenades. But there you go, Pim's pushing up, sending the Grenadiers scurrying away. Engineers pushing up the west side. Could have harassed here. Good work there if that is his plan. We got a 2-2-2 out there for Torano and the 7th Panzer Division. Leichte Panzer Speerwagen. First German scout castle officially was actually the 213, which resembled the M3A1, though not quite as spacious in any way. Sort of a test scout car, didn't actually see any usage in the war, I believe. But a little sort of fun note there. Got the 2 moving up, they're coming the MG42. Sniper number 2 for Hector, so he's going in very heavily on the bleed plan. Christ, bleed plan versus Torano. He's just basically going to try and aim for heavy attrition. Though, of course, he needs to be careful he doesn't get flanked here by the 222, which quickly strikes here. Good work by Torano. Good sense of flanks then, of course, realizing that Hector's center is deeply exposed. Good tactical sense there by Torano. Good tactical sense, so he's now losing the fuel point in the west to Hector. So good return there. There you go, Guards moving up and quickly blinding up, preventing it from actually finishing off the snipers. That was a bit lucky there, but Hector was able to get up close enough there to deal with the 222. But he needs to keep the snipers sort of rears and flanks coming against. He actually countered the second sniper. Probably realizing if you can't keep one sniper safe, you probably can't keep 2 snipers safe. Punish was there baited into the MG42 by the 222. Good work here. Guardsmen rushing the Pioneers. The MP40s clashing with the mercenary guns. The DP light machine guns and the anti-tank rifles up close. The PTRS is there firing away. The PTRS being the second anti-tank rifle the Russians had. The first one was the PTRD, which, as a fun fact, did not actually have any munitions ready for it when the war began, specifically Operation Barbarossa began. It was only around November that the Russian munitions committee got around preparing munitions for the anti-tank rifles. Flanking points there. Troops are pressed. Got a harassment in the west. Hector should actually have a good chance of setting up some tech there versus Torano, maybe hitting him with a T-70 and that way pressing him back. But he got a second guard squad out here for Hector. More guards infantry and of course straight into the MG42. Do not worry, comrades, we can overcome it through our will. I think. Close to losing the MG42 there again. He needs to be careful with it there though. Torano is pushing his MG42 very aggressively. And while to an extent that can work off if you're sort of a good enough player, it still has its risks. And we got a doctrine for Torano. It is Lightning War. Lightning War versus Guard Motor. Those were the times. Not really a match that we have seen in some months here, really. 2-2 being fixed up, no take up for Torano, and certainly nothing from Hector, but again he's been deploying a lot of infantry again. 2 guard squads, 3 penal troopers, tossing the snipers, and Hector's, I mean, just spends a lot of manpower and everything else, meaning he's not going to have a lot of manpower to just take up with, so that's certainly also a thing to keep in mind there. Going to trying to buy as much time as possible, that is time denying fuel to Hector. Still, Hector does have more fuel than the Torano again, he just needs to actually, utilise it. Ooh, that looks highly likely like a wipe there. Oh! Tree saved him. Thank you, Tree. You shall be ever remembered. Quick hit for the CoH2 on there. Hector now feeling a lot more confident thanks to the guardsmen and all the penal troops. He's sort of, hitting better, more efficiently as Torano, who's now sort of struggling there, sort of getting these sort of good effects in there. He is still not taking up, by the way. Guards notice the 2-2-2, landing a few good hits. And he's got the M4 sitting up there, taking fire there from the sniper. Nice position inside the house. The guardsmen are scurried away by the 2-2, the autocannon, and the coaxial machine gun there having its impact. And there we go, finally some take up there for Hector. The tank will be tank command. This water there slightly didn't quite go down the way it's supposed to. Not just defying gravity, just sort of the wrong path. Quick rough grenade there against the Stravnik. He has a bit of damage, but again, heavy cover does minimize the damage from grenades and lights. If they hit in that direction, they say flank them and sort of hit them there, they wouldn't have any sort of a bonus from it. But looking this under fire from the Stravniki, closing in on 2 2-2 going in as well. And the Grenadiers are very close to being dead there. Almost got the point there. The Southwall's going back to fuel. So what will Hector go for? I mean, he's likely going to go for the T-70 there to sort of pressure Torano, further pressure his infantry and the likes. Torano going for Panzer Grenadiers there, more hardened men of the 7th Panzer Division. The Ghost Division, as it was known when it was commanded by Rommel in France. As a fun fact, because he was always racing so far ahead of everybody else, they couldn't keep track of him. Which, of course, might also have been intentional, since the Germans had a tendency on commanders, the more free-spirited ones had a tendency of either just going silent or very creatively and occasionally interpreting the orders. Again, the Germans did have a sort of flexible order system, but, sometimes certain more roguish commanders would be a bit more creative with the interpretations of their orders than they were supposed to be. Which had a tendency of causing problems during Operation Barbarossa, for example, where commanders like Lieutenant Massani and this go off on his own. Grenadiers, Panzergrenadiers, MG4 up the east side. So again, good thing about Torano again, he's just constantly keeping up pressure on the right flank of the map there. Again, he's not just sort of getting caught up there in the Stalingrad point. He's sort of constantly moving up there, so just trying to pressure through here. And again, sort of forcing, Hector to have to cover a lot more, because again, hitting the sides of the map there, again, makes it a lot harder for Hector to establish any sort of central point. Whereas again, if he keeps attacking here, then Hector can just sort of establish a much more stable defense point in the center. But there you go again. Hard attacks on the flanks there, it makes it a lot harder for Hector to just get any sort of comfort zone in there. We can see now Torano switching away from just sort of light harassment, sort of piercing hits blown there. Now it's sort of more coordinated movements here with a lot more infantry and supporting elements working together. So there's also that way a change in tactics for Torano. So that's also very good there from him. We'll have to see how Hector sort of deals with that. He's going for the SU-76M. An interesting choice. You'd figure the T-70 would be the more, you know, decided move there for Hector. So you need to sort of counter a lot of the infantry, but it seems like he's really not with the 2-2, or he's expecting Torano to play for Panzers there. So far he's not taking up. Could be playing for the Tiger, which at this stage would be pretty ill-advised for Torano and would, you know, sort of undermine the otherwise good impression so far for him tactically. But then again, some tacticians just aren't good strategists. That's just what happens. So, I mean, that could certainly be it. But there we go. We got the F-6M out here for Hector. Hiding the cough point again there. Hector very good at keeping up pressure there as well versus Torano. Panzers they're holding up the old tractor. Darkenschlepper Ost abandoned there. It was a German tractor they had on the eastern front. To help drag through stuff. A few of them were actually converted into tank destroyers with sort of a large wooden platform and a Pack 40. Little fun fact there. I think it's called something like the RSA 040. Pack 40 auf Fahrgestell. Bit of a rare tank destroyer, but saw its service on the eastern front. I believe it's sort of primarily used in tank destroyer battalions, but could also be attached by infantry division, so it gives them a bit more punch there. No idea how effective it was though, but it did exist. Big push for Hector though to dislodge here Torano from these. He's got the Info 2, he's got the Panzer Grenadiers. Mines here I think would be helpful for Torano, just further make it harder for Hector to push through, but he seems to only leave a single Panzer Grenadier squad and an MG42, which honestly sort of force composition was a bit weird, and he should keep the Panzer squad's more mobile element left the Grenadier squad light machine gun. That would be a lot more effective for Torano than a Panzer Grenadier squad, so that feels a bit weird, but there you go. Trying to flank about the Info 2, good work there by Hector, but in this case counter-attack relief force there for Torano. But not before he gets the Panzer Grenadiers out there as well. We got a bit of rush for the house there. Snipers flying away. We got a Pack 40 covering up the flank as well. And we got tactical movement from him. Tactical movement launching a Grenadier Pioneer squad up through the centre and at the same time pushing up these. We got tactical movement. Good lord. Tactical movement for double pronged assault. And there we go. Uses it to rush the S-76M to Panzer. So far as they can't move out and sort of, you know, easily pursue and dodge things here. Satchel charge off against the Grenadiers. Oh, no, there's a grenade. I'm so used to Russians just popping satchel charges when it's a grenade. I just assume that's also a satchel charge. Grenadiers are about to get wiped there if they're not careful. That was pretty exciting. Tactical movement. A nice ability, just very underutilized. Rough grenade off there against the guardsmen inside the house. The two falling back, and it is retreating here. Pack 40 pushing up to try and get the S-6M there. Still not taking over Torano. It certainly feels like a Tiger. Again, strategically not very strong. Again, Torano seems like a tactically sound player, but strategically again, that is a bit of a blunder. That is a bit of a blunder. And in actuality allows Hector to push ahead maybe for some tanks of his own, though. So far, Hector is not moving up there of his own either. But certainly one of the more fun longer scale matches I've certainly seen. Again, just sort of good use of the rest of the map, and again, nothing happening around the Stalingrad point. It is not turning into Stalingrad. Amazing. Pushing in for two Grenadiers. Pack 40 supporting. Panzer's there, basically sort of waiting as a reserve by the looks of it. Two's going to need some repairs. He still needs to take up, but again, Torano is obsessed with the Tiger. He's got Führer syndrome. Well, at least he's not gone complete Führer and again committing completely to the Stalingrad point. Again, had done that, he'd been complete, you know, Führer delusion. It's just sort of a mild case with just the Tiger. Sniper's there by gaining military feeling. Now he's going for the second sniper. He's not taking up for tanks. You should be expecting a Tiger, to be honest, yet he is not. That is a strategically weak read there by Hector. I think he's focusing too much on what Torano has And apparently neglecting what Torano might be tossing at him. Maybe just tactical movement. Confused Torano again sort of puts the infantry sort of more into the seat there. A focus, meaning he's not quite reading the target that's about to hit him, which will definitely be beneficial then for Torano again if he's not reading it at all. I mean, again, the infantry's going to suffer, but once the target's up, there's going to be a big problem for Hector. That is, he's only got a single assault gun to stop the Tiger tank supported by a lot of infantry, and if he uses tactical movement or maybe some still close air support, he could quickly sweep through what Hector's got. Though Torano is putting a lot of effort here, he should, I think, try and put a bit more pressure on the left side again, trying to move about here, though we can see Hector's acting up just in case for that with mines. Good move there by Hector, though. Good move. Machine gun team lost again. He keeps losing this, doesn't he? In this case, high likelihood of actually losing it. Less good there by Torano, less good. Again, need to work a bit on that preservation. So there you go. The question is, can he get it back fully there? We got a lot of angry grenadiers with light machine guns. And snipers there thinning them out. Almost got a wipe there, almost got a wipe. Light machine gun fire, sniper fire. Grenadiers falling back there. Oh dear, retreat. And he treated just 1 second later, that could have been a full wipe there. We got a second assault gun for Hector, so looks like he is realising he's about to get hit by a Tiger, and because he doesn't anything else, he's just going for more assault guns, which a pair of them can reasonably well keep a Tiger back. Of course, the Pack 40s can make it difficult for the assault guns to keep the Tiger bay for a long period of time. So the double snipers, quite an issue there for Torano's infantry. There you go, he's finally calling in the Tiger. Finally. Bit delayed there, could have out sooner, and he's still got plenty of fuel, so tagging up would still be a good idea for Torano. And again, overall, he should have gone for a Panzer IV first. But that's too late now. He's got the Tiger. Tiger. Agent 6M out there for Hector, number 2. Going towards more unsuspected. Oh, shake for a minefield first. And wipe as the Tiger sets off a remaining mine. Full wipe there against Hector. That's going to hurt Hector. He's just down to 1 people squad now, but in 2 guard squads he has suffered some losses there. So that is definitely not good for Hector. He needs to look into some replacements, but he also needs to look into some tanks. He definitely needs to look into some tanks. There you go, guys, when they're quickly retreating in the face of the Tiger tank, it's 88 men with a gun. A terror. Grabbing the western point there. Shifting everything towards the west. He might be planning a flank on the Tiger or something else there. Or he's expecting the Tiger to attack here, but the Tiger's always switching towards the east, so in that regard, that's a very quick switch there in attack direction there for Torano. In which case, again, he's clearly working out because, again, Hector is not expecting the Tiger to try and attack his eastern flank. And there you go, machine gun position there, quickly collapsing under fire from the Tiger. It's 88 men with shells there, blowing apart a clothesline. You bastards! That was my underwear! Now, guys, they got the infantry flash. He was actually expecting the Tiger to strike west. He was expecting to hang around there. Oh dear, that was a bit tactically unwise there by Hector then. But then again, some players will just stick around, whereas again, Torano has displayed him to be, again, a tactically fluid player, though again, strategically, he's a bit more hidebound. Oh, Grenadiers, right, big loss there for Torano. He's trying to shoot through the house. That seems a bit weird. There you go, Pilms with flanking. He's basically trying to get there within range to Satchel charge it, making it easy to tire them for the assault guns. But the problem is, he's exposing himself too much fire there without any real support. Got the 2-2-2 though. Oh, gosh, they're taking everything hit from the Tiger. 88 in the shell there, almost wiping that. He's lost all of his Pilms with now. He's just down to a sink or pair guard squads there. He needs replacements, but he also needs armor. And I might lose some of the assault guns here to the Tiger. There you go, guard squad moving up. Then he's in a bit of trouble. He could try and buttoning up the Tiger. 4 pension disposition, 6 M's. Tactical movement again for Torano, though. Oh, he's rushing up the Grenadiers Panzer to flank, supporting here by the Pack 40, which does not always get tactical movement. They're going forward, covering up against the flank Panzer, still pushing forward. Get to Presto, pretty close here. Snipers coming again as well. Pretty intense stuff here. Panzer goes pinned down, and Tiger here falling back. Guardsman hold back to get wiped out. Hector, yet. A lot of manpower there. Annihilated, trying to take out the Tiger. And now calling in air support to sweep out the assault guns. Torano is relentless, though the Luftwaffe in this case is not very accurate. But how can this be? Goering said he'd sent his best. Oh, scheiße. It was Goering's best. Tiger then knocks out one assault gun. So yeah, pretty brutal engagement there. Hector throwing away a lot of infantry, pretty much for naught. I mean, some of it was bold, but again, it was just not very sort of cohesive, a bit more piecemeal, which allowed Torano's Tiger to very much more easily deal with it. And he, pushed a bit, I think, more sufficient in the new smart vehicle. He might have a good chance of getting out the Tiger. He's forcing out fast. Plus, factor in that flank assault there using tactical movement. Again, good use of it by Torano. Really caught Hector off guard. Now, still, he got some damage in on Torano. It just doesn't make up for the severe infantry losses Hector suffered. I mean, that's really the big problem now. He's down to a single guard squad. He's got no other infantry left. He needs to quickly fill out those ranks because Torano, again, while having some strategic issues, again, is tactically clever, tactically astute, and knows he needs infantry at all times. So again, good job there by Torano. Good job. Grabbing the western point here. Though he could do with a replacement pioneer squadrons up to 2 to help repair the Tiger in that regard. Torano is pushing his light there, but seeing a damn day. Now we got buttoning up, we got Mark, we've got the double assault guns going after the Tigers. Right here though, Torano makes what you call a pretty thick tactical error. Again, normally clever. I think he underestimated Hector's defensive tenacity, and in this case just rushed the Tiger hit with no repairs. That was really ill done there by Torano. I'm not entirely sure what convinced him that was a great idea. We can just do some repairs anytime later. It's not important. It's not like the Russians have several assault guns and things that could possibly increase the accuracy and damage versus our panzers. Yeah? Yeah? Ah, scheiße. He's got reason enough to send the Tiger, but still losing the Tiger like that is a blow to Torano again. That's a lot of manpower, then has to divert from anything else. And 640 manpower is quite a bit there. Hector, by the way, finally taking up getting out tank reasonably fast there, and that way pressure Torano more, though he still needs more infantry. He's really desperate. A dangerous situation. I mean, he's got double snipers. He doesn't have a lot of infantry, and that does make the snipers more vulnerable. There's now less, pretty much nothing to really cover them. Certainly the field has seen some fighting here. And this has not been your usual Langorskaya fight, which is good. So there you go. T-3035, though he needs to get some infantry after that T-3035 there. He needs infantry. More guardsmen wouldn't be a bad idea, but that's just more penal to Brazilian conscript at this part. Doing a bit there for Hector. With T-35 on the way. Torano setting up for the Tiger. Tiger number 2. Not Tiger 2, that was the King Tiger, or Königstiger. So there you go, double assault guns. T-35 almost done there for Hector, guardsman up there. There you go, T-35 there, and those drums on the back of the tank are fuel drums to help give it extra range and longer marches, though of course usually they'd be empty if they by the time they were out on the battlefield. If they weren't, they were good targets for German tankers to just shoot, so they just catch the tank on fire, which did occasionally happen. T-35 there rolling a hit with its 85mm gun. Demo charge. Yeah, he spotted it. And kaboom. Again, fresh pressure up the right flank. Double pack 40 supporting it. Soon got the Tiger. Center exposed. There you go, more guardsmen. Not enough munitions for light machine guns though. And there you go, second Tiger out for Torano though. He would still really benefit from just taking up sooner for tanks to support the Tiger. Again, Torano strategically does have some issues, but otherwise again he's so far tactically astute enough to make up for those strategic deficiencies. And at least he's got double pack 40, so it's not like he's going to be completely caught with his leader horse and down around his ankles. Needs to be careful with that Tiger, Torano. Oh, he lost one to that kind of move. T-Fed from the wing, assault guns engaging their shots, bouncing off, Tiger taking hits from the T-Fed pack 40s. Guys doing some light damage to the Tiger, assault guns just the pressure, snap supporting. Shots bouncing off the Tiger's 100mm thick frontal armour. As they push back, attempting a flank on his wing up, they're going for the snipers. No tactical movement this time around, he might just be saving up this time for a close air assault. Still, good flank there, good manoeuvre there, catching off some of Hector's more weaker elements. Almost popping out the snipers in fact. And now Hector has a good chance to extract them. There you go, Guardsman wiped again. And those were his veteran ones. It's down to a single guard squad now, the non-veteran one with no light machine guns. This is starting to look pretty critical for Hector. Pretty critical. He's still got a numerical armor advantage, but infantry-wise, it's completely falling apart here. Completely falling apart. Grabbing the western victory point there with a few stout engineers to keep up the victory point bleed there versus Torano. That's definitely an idea there. Could perhaps add some pressure to Torano, causing him to make mistakes if allowed to go on for long enough. But there you go, hitting the eastern one. He could also lay down mines here, but then he obviously wants to up resources for the guardsmen and the DP light machine guns. Victory 2 sniper there. 48 kills on the first one. That is pretty damn impressive. Certainly quite a bleed there. We got a single gun squad with the Tiger moving westwards. Panzer gunneries moving further in. Engineers there securing the fuel point for the motherland. But Torano's having none of that. Got the Tiger moving in. Trees shattered, and there engineers taking ferry fire. Retreating, but not before the end of the point neutral. And we got the T-35 there acting as a minesweeper. No, they did have T-34s with minesweepers on them, or specifically mine rollers, sort of large ones. They used to use the T-34s and the 6s for that. There was also a T-34 version with a flamethrower instead of a whole machine gun. Fun fact there. Penalty was this time around for Hector. And it is Pax being sniped there. And he's finally taking out there. Finally took him long enough. I think those snipers, they're definitely a big role in how Hector is able to keep it in the fight despite all of his infantry loss. They're definitely impacting Torano's infantry sufficiently enough to sort of help, at least to an extent, make up for the huge gap there in infantry between the two sides. Had any of Torano's flanks have been successful against the snipers and had to wipe them, Torano would probably have won by now, because that just meant Hector had no way of just bleeding out Torano's infantry and making them a bit more defensive. Can Hector turn that around into a full victory? That's the key question. Can he just bleed him enough? Guardsman's securing points there, but central point secured by the penal troopers. Panzer continues slowly advancing. He's going for Panzerschrecks. Curious choice when he's got a bomber quickly just go for Stugs instead of degrading them into anti-tank troops, I feel. Tiger pushing ahead. 7 kills for Germany. Deutschland. T-35, their assault guns upon. He's going to go for another T-35 here. Has he got something else in mind? Tactical movement again. Flanking in there with its Panzerjägers. Avoiding actually the mines. Pretty impressive. But there you go. Second flank with the Gunners this time. Swarming them. Catching them off guard. Gunners almost wiped up. There you go. One sniper team down. Seconds and scurrying away. Good work. They're using tactical movement to disrupt Hector's defense formation there before then launching a frontal assault. I mean, if you're going to do it, then definitely sort of disrupt your flanks. That way, shatter the formation your opponent's got is a pretty good idea. I mean, tactically, that's where it was costly the form. The Panzer was kind of wasted, to be honest, again. Been better off just going to some regular tanks to support that, but the assault on the snipers definitely paid off. I mean, that's just one of the sniper teams gone, and that's a lot pressure than relieved off Torano's infantry, though it did cost him quite a bit, the infantry was as well, but still. The overall idea was good, it's just the Panzerjägers felt a bit wasted. And he still should, I think, go for the Stuka support. But nonetheless, it had an effect. I mean, you can see Hector's, rather fallen back here to pretty much the edge of his base, so even if he did suffer for it, I mean, he did gain ground for it. So it kind of works out there for Torano. It kind of works out. Oh, wait, good use of tactical movement. I mean, he's been using it reasonably well throughout the fight, which is pretty impressive, actually. So thumbs up to Torano there, hitting the Western victory point with the engineers. Second T-35 out there for Hector. Torano yet to deploy any armour. Sizable armoured force there for. Torano, Hector, moving up, they're just a moth that slightly caught my attention, kept buzzing about. Slightly distracted by there, but my apologies. T-35's moving about. Pack 40's here hiding. Definitely a problem because his Tigers outgunned again. This is where he should have some armor out sooner. They're close to being wound up by the double T-35, so depending on what Torano does next, Hector could actually have a shot at winning this because, I mean, Torano, again, while tactically astute against strategically, has made some consistent issues. Whereas Hector's, well, again, not been tactically as sharp as Torano's been strategically a lot sharper. So there's certainly some potential there. Infantry against the Grenadiers. Quick rifle grenade. Trying to get into the house, but again exposing himself to a lot of fire there from Torano's Grenadiers with the light machine guns. Panzer IV halfway done there for Torano. Hector. Ooh, Sato Charles is trying to bait in. Doesn't quite work out, I think. Yeah. He should have been a bit faster. He might have a chance of working out there. Might. Tanks being repaired. Panzer IV almost done. Torano's Tiger also good to go. Third assault gun for Hector, though. Third assault gun. We could definitely be looking at a sort of a game-determining armoured engagement between the two. Looks like setting up for an armoured flank, but does he have minesweepers to check ahead there? If he pulls it off, he's going to get into the mines to get stopped. He's clearly got some kind of plan, though. He's clearly got some kind of plan there. The Tigers moving up on the far flank. The anti-tanks are performing with from up there through the centre. He's setting up for flank. Again, the problem is the mines. He doesn't have minesweepers. His tank could get stuck unless he gets lucky and someone manages to avoid them. There you go. Tanks launching in head on to the pack front here. The pack front there proving useful there. Hector's not prepared for it. Tiger, there we go. Oh, it's going to burst through the hedges instead of avoiding the mines. Catching him off guard there with a flank. T-35 down. He's just handling a bit too fast now. Panzer IV's going to breach through. Breach through. Tiger moving up on the side as well. They got more mines, but the Tiger's going to avoid them. There you go. Assault guns caught in the crossfire between the tanks and the anti-tank guns. Torano sweeping through. Big tactical armoured engagement here, decisively won by Torano. Hector moved too far ahead, too overconfident perhaps in his numbers, underestimating Torano's tactical prowess, leading his tanks to be decimated alongside his assault guns. That was an excellent armoured manoeuvre there by Torano. Excellent armoured manoeuvre. That was really some good tactical play there by Torano. Again, strategically, he wasn't a complete clown, but he wasn't as strong as Hector. But again, he was just a lot more confident, a lot more just good at the tactical level. He's good at flanking, at maneuvering, using different elements, and just disruptive tactics. Just way disrupt Hector's formation. That way, leading to bigger damage. I mean, really good play there from Torano. Damn good play. And certainly, I think something a lot of players could learn from. Also, his ability to avoid the Stalingrad point, but also hit the flanks. Really good work there by Torano. Just good tactical mind there by Torano. Really good stuff. They can Hector really well, but he was just not really just as fast as Torano on the tactical level, and just couldn't keep up with him. So ultimately, he lost. But there's also good play there, but ultimately, just not good enough. Again, he needs to flank better as well versus Torano. Should also lay down some more mines, I think, at certain points. Also preserve his infantry better. There are definitely some mistakes that cost him quite grievously. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. This is Imperial Linking. Cheers. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another signing episode. Bye.